Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08 and welcome to the 29th episode of my second 1 billion iron ingot challenge. In today's episode, I am going to set up another way to automatically produce resources, and that is going to involve a machine called the Atomic Reconstructor. Now, the Atomic Reconstructor comes from the mod Actually Additions, and right now I actually have one of them, but I should probably go over the recipe as I haven't used them or built them on camera yet. So first off, the casing is made like this. It's pretty simple. And let's see if we can grab one of these, and then the Atomic Reconstructor is built like this. It's a pretty simple structure to build. So let's throw this in the system here, and then for today's episode I'm going to need 23 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get 23 of them. I will need one for some other things, so right now let's not worry about this one right here. So I'm also going to need auto placers and auto breakers. So let's see here. Auto placers. To get auto breakers, I'm going to need this basic coil here, which I can't make because I don't have Restonia. So actually I'm going to need three things here. I'm going to need Palace crystals, which are made with the Atomic Reconstructor. I'm going to need Restonia crystals, which are also made with the Atomic Reconstructor, and then I'm going to need void crystals, which are also made by the Atomic Reconstructor. So let's grab these materials here, coal, redstone, and lapis. So let's grab, say, 4 stacks of each. That'll be good for right now. Excuse me. And redstone. So this does take energy to run, so I have an energy cell ready, and yeah, let's just place this right here. It is on pulse mode, which means every so often it will pulse by itself if it has energy, which it does. So let's actually grab a button and a redstone torch. Excuse me, sorry about that. So here's a redstone torch. Actually, this is already on pulse mode, so I don't need the torch. I just need a button. So let's grab a chunk of stone and make a button. And so what I can do is I can just throw all this stuff in front of it and just set the button right here, and it should turn the coal into void crystals. I did half of them, it looks like. I'm gonna miss. Got him. Okay, so there's some void crystals done. Let's go ahead and do the Restonia. I'm hoping to do all of them. There we go. And then the lapis or the palace. They just rearranged the letters around. Rather than lapis, it's called palace now. I like that. So there's all the stuff I'm going to need for the machines. So let's grab this back. Let's also grab the energy cell back because I will be needing that. Actually, I might not. I'm not exactly sure. So now that I have all this stuff, let's go ahead and make an auto placer. Auto placer. So first we need these basic coils. Let's go ahead and throw all of this back in the system. Let's grab one of these bad boys, and then we should be able to make an auto placer, and then we should also be able to do the auto breaker. So let's toss these in, and I will need 23 of each of those as well. So let's do that. And I did that very inefficiently. Oh, whoops. Derp, derp, derp. That needs to go in there as well. Okay, 23 of those, 23 of these, and these machines are pretty cheap. They are actually super cheap. So additionally, I am going to need some other stuff for this episode. I'm going to need some flux duct. I'm going to need some of this variant, the Cryo-Stabilized flux duct. I am going to need some capacitors, some of the vibrant capacitor banks, and I'm going to need, let's see, I'm going to need some redstone furnaces, and I should definitely get these going. I'm going to need 23 of these, and one of the things that I will need is cobblestone generators. So I'm going to be using these down here if I can muster it. So the recipe is like this. For each cobblestone generator, let's grab one if I can. I need to type up here for that. So I don't have any water buckets. That's where my deficit is. And then I should be able to make the next step up cobble gen, which I'm not sure. You know what? I think this will be enough. So I'll make 23 of the compact cobblestone generators. I won't go up to the top tier because I feel like that would be a waste. I don't think I need that much. So let's go with 23 of these. And this might take a while to craft. Yes, it definitely will. And you know what? I need to upgrade my lava production because that's going to take a really long time if I don't. So right now I just have poor old cobblestone making lava, but this goes really, really slow. Even with all of the speed augments in this thing, it just goes garbage bag slow. It's just super slow. So I think what I can do is move things around a little bit. So I'm actually going to get rid of this export bus. I'm actually going to move this machine. I'm actually going to move the machine to, or the magma crucible to right here. And you know what? Is this not a cobblestone generator? So I can't do that. Let's go ahead and set up this export bus right here. It will be, you know what, how much netherrack do I have? Not a lot, but let's actually use it for right now. I'll probably have to change this in the future when I need more lava, but for right now it'll be good. Netherrack melts down a lot faster than cobblestone. It melts down into lava. So let's get some covered cable because we need one more covered cable right here to get this hooked up. And then we are going to be outputting to the left. I need a tank of some sort. So this will do. And then next I actually need to get rid of this real fast because I need a fluid duct of some sort. I actually need a hardened fluid duct. If I go with the regular fluid duct, it will melt because it will break if the contents are extremely hot or cold. Obviously, lava is hot. So, I don't know any way to actually get rid of that connection beforehand. I knew that would happen. Okay, so actually I can... Yeah, I might need to make another tank. So let's just get another tank. And we'll use a black hole tank because it holds almost infinite of a singular fluid. So that'll go here. And this is taking its sweet time connecting up. So what I'm going to do is just manually put in the first set of netherrack here. As we can see, it is going quite a bit faster. And then I need a servo as the last part of this. And then I think I'm going to need to wait. So let's do that. And that should make the buckets of lava, except for the fact that I need to replace this. Okay, so they are all turned this way. I assume this would also be turned this way. Okay, so I'm going to need to redo this recipe, or I'm going to need to re-input it because some of the buckets I grabbed right here, they're right here. And obviously that's going to throw out the recipe. So let's go ahead and cancel that and tell it to restart. So at this point I only need 20 of these. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for those cobblestone generators to cook up, and once they are done I will be right back. So I'm back and I have all of my compact cobblestone generators already, and I did one thing to my magma crucible to speed it up considerably. I added a pyroconvective loop augment. So what this does is it allows this magma crucible to only make lava, but it greatly speeds it up, and it also drinks power. So 6,000 RF per tick is typically a lot. For me, it's not too bad. One thing I should mention at this point is I've set up a couple new nuclear reactor or fission reactors from NuclearCraft in between episodes, using basically the same steps that I've used before. Down here I have a LEA 242 oxide fuel reactor, and then upstairs I have an LEP 239 LEP 239 reactor. So this one produces 122,000 RF per tick. This one produces, I think, 59,000 RF per tick. So that's a good amount of new power that I have to play with, and I'm going to definitely play with some of it today. So now what I have going on is I should probably get a good vantage point here and whip out some journey maps, because I built an offsite location to where I'm going to be working today, and that is right here where my mouse is. I'm going to be calling this Cobblestone Corporation, or CobbleCorp for short, because we are going to be taking cobblestone and we are going to eventually be making it into other resources using pretty much energy. Now under here, and it doesn't show all of the claimed chunks, but under here there's actually a tunnel that carries conduit for energy and for my ME system, and so I will have access to both power over here and my ME system. So obviously that's good. I have a teleportation system set up as well, and we can briefly take a gander at the tunnel here. I do have steps. All the conduit runs kind of in an elbow rather than actually zigzagging down like the actual person part of the tunnel. And it drops down here, goes along, it goes all the way there. Trust me, it does. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to use a teleporter to get over there, because obviously it would take a while to actually run over there. It takes maybe a couple minutes. I don't want to waste that much time, so CobbleCorp, here we come. So we're in the basement of CobbleCorp. I do have a wireless access point right here, so I can dial up my ME system, so that's fantastic. And then I also have access to more channels. I have access to 15 channels over here. By my count, I should need 1 or 2, to be honest. I don't need a whole lot. The main thing is I need the energy. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting up a system of atomic reconstructors, auto breakers, and auto placers to make cobblestone into stone, and then stone into resources. And I'm going to be doing that using the lens of the miner, and I realize I did not automate this yet. So I need to go back to my main base here. What the lens of the miner does, it's constructed like this, and then we need a lens here. But if we go back to the actual additions page, basically, if you slap this on an atomic reconstructor and it lasers a piece of stone, it turns into a block of ore of some sort. So yeah, this will be our system to make new resources. Now I should probably go back and grab 23 of these lenses because I don't have any on me. I completely forgot to do that, so let's do that. Lens of the miner. First off, we need these lenses. Easy peasy. And then we can make these. I'm not sure if they stack or not. I think after they're placed they won't stack, but they might place before. So let's see here. They do not stack at all. So that's fine because I have access to my ME system over here. I can grab them as I need them. So, or otherwise my inventory would be completely full of them. So let's throw that lens away. Let's eat, and then let's start to set this up. So my atomic reconstructors are going to be... Actually, first I need to make sure my auto breakers and auto placers don't actually need power. They don't. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that'll be good. If I place these... Actually, I don't think that will work. It could. It could work. It will. It should work. Yeah, so I'm going to place these down, like right here. I'm going to place the auto breakers in the floor here. So let's go ahead and actually use this. This is a little bit faster. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Actually, if I were to slap efficiency 5 on this thing, it would be a behemoth. And I should do that at some point. I have Fortune 3, but yeah, whatever. We'll not worry about that right now. So let's grab these. We need these to be facing up. And these will be to break the blocks. And then we need the lasers to be over here. That was weird. must have been in contact with the torch. That's interesting. And I was afraid of that as well. Okay, so let's get the... Oh my goodness. What if I do it this way? Okay, we're on a roll. No more bungling. As I bungle. Okay, so I need to actually change the mode of all of these machines. They all need to be on pulse mode. Right now they are on deactivation mode, except for this guy. So how we do that is we grab a redstone torch. Not a reedstone torch, a redstone torch. Whoops. And we just right click the machines. So if you see it says deactivation, now it says pulse. So I just need to do this with all of these machines real fast, and then they will be controllable essentially by redstone pulse, which is awesome. Cool. Oh no, that one was already on pulse. Okay, so 20 something left. Actually, it's less than that. It's more like 10. Okay, so they're all set to the mode they need to be. The atomic reconstructors are the only thing they need power, and they need a lot of power. They will need a lot of power. So we're going to use the Cryo-Stabilized flux duct. That is the best way we can, or the best method of getting power to them. And I do have a basement down here. We've already been in the basement. Duh. So let's just run this power just across the room, and then we'll just run it up right here, I believe. And then at some point, I should probably cover that up. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So there's power to those guys. At least hypothetically, they should have power. Yes, they do. Awesome. So the next thing is I will need to set up some redstone signal to all of these guys. So I'm going to do that with a line of structural duct right here. And then in the back of the auto placers, I think is where I'm going to put that line, or the line of redstone control for the auto placers. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to grab some structural duct, and I will need at least over a stack of it. I know that's not very scientific, but I need... Okay, actually, if I do it this way, it'll be a little bit faster. Ha! I was like, what's going on? Just got teleported. I freaked out for like a second. Okay. So now we can do this method. So what this structural duct does, it's like item duct or flux duct or fluid duct, except it doesn't actually carry anything except for redstone signals. And we can grab some redstone relays. We will need quite a few of these guys, so let's go ahead and grab those as well. I'm going to need, I think, 63 of them. So actually, I will need just over 64 of them by my count. So what I need to do is I need to place... Oh, this is tight. Actually, this might work. Come on. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to have to place these connected to all of the atomic reconstructors like this. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. I will also need to place them on the side here, so where they are connected to the auto breakers. So I'll do all of this off camera, and once I have this done, I will be right back. So I have all of these redstone relays placed. I also need to place redstone relays against the auto placers out there. So let's go ahead and do that as well. I'm just going to do it along the outer wall outside. So I've already torn away all the cobblestone that I need to tear away, and we're just going to place the structural duct like this. And then the relays will be back there like so. And then after I get this done, I need to actually run this structural duct back and connect it up to the structural duct that is down below, touching the auto breakers and the atomic reconstruct. Is it called reconstructor? I already forget. the atomic laser thingy. So I think we can actually, we should be able to just do it right here. So now that I have that hole there, let's go down. And then we should be able to drop this down. And actually, I need to run it just a little bit differently here, because I'm going to need some of this block space. Okay, so there we go. All that's connected. Excuse me. The next thing I need to do is I need to set these on different channels. So actually, I need all of these to be output. We will do the atomic reconstructors can be on the red channel. The auto breakers can be on the green channel, and then the auto placers outside, they can be on the brown channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set all of these, I'm going to configure all of the relays in the correct fashion, and that's going to take a little while. I'm going to do that all off camera, and once I have that done, I will be right back. So I have all of my redstone relays configured on all of my machines, so it's time to run a little test, at least if we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this redstone relay. I am actually going to drop it down right here, and I can probably, you know what, I'm not going to do it right there because I don't super like that. You know what, let's do it right here. And what I need to do is I need to set this up with 3 relays here. So actually I did the colors a little bit differently. So the breakers are on green. That'll be the last step. So we'll put this one on green. The lasers are the second step to the system. They're brown, so this will be brown. And then this will be the first step of the system, which is the auto placers, and that is on red. So to test all this, let's get some levers. And I'm actually going to get 2 more levers. Okay, so the middle one I should hear lasers. I heard lasers. Oh my goodness, I heard lasers. So that's going to be a little bit loud, but that's okay. So now I need to test the auto placers somehow. Let's just do a few of them at random. Let's do that one. Let's do this one. And let's do this one. Okay, so the auto placers should have 3 blocks of cobblestone. Great. Oh, whoops. Wrong direction. Need to go down. And then lastly, that should break them. Fantastic. Looks like everything's working, at least the sample that I did. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to set up a timer system. So first off, I'm going to grab a timer. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of redstone dust and then a couple of redstone repeaters. Now these are going to be used to delay the signal in some cases. So what we're going to do is we're going to delay, and then we'll delay a little bit more. And here's how this is going to go. So I'll have the timer, and actually right now I want a block of redstone because I don't want the timer to tick. And if you have a block of redstone or I could have used the torch. Let's just get rid of the torch. Okay, so okay, that is loud. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to do something about that, I think. But in the meantime, basically what's happening is the block placer will be placing down blocks, it will be getting hit by a laser, and then it will be destroying the blocks. So the next thing I actually need to do is I need to get all the lenses put in the atomic reconstructors. So let's do that right now. So let's grab the lenses, and I'm gonna have to do this in multiple rounds. Okay, so we got like halfway done, so that's fantastic. We can go ahead and get rid of that so that we have all of them. Okay, why am I one short? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so there's the lenses. The next thing I need to do is I actually need to get stone into the auto placers. So that's actually going to be relatively easy. I need to have redstone furnaces here, and then I should probably be using this. And then I need the cobblestone generators that I have with me. So I need to do a little bit of digging. The redstone furnaces will go right there. Actually, no, I need to reroute that slightly because I need a cobblestone generator right there. So I should be able to just kick it over. Yeah, I can still do this. I'm going to have to place some covers on this, but that's okay. I just needed the space. So now I need to get rid of these because these block spaces are where the cobblestone generators will go. I'm trying not to get teleported away this time. Okay, so let's whip out the cobblestone generators. I have 23 of them. Should be a perfect number. And these will produce a lot of cobblestone, probably much more than I actually need, but that's okay. Better to have too much than not enough. So the redstone furnaces will go right here. And I will need to configure all these. I can do that in one fell swoop though. Okay, so what I'm going to do to the redstone furnaces rather is I'm going to convert them to a resonant with a resonant conversion kit, and then I'm going to stick in four of the speed augments, and then I'm going to configure them to be input from the right and output to the top, and that's going to be the only IO. So I'm going to do that for all of the rest of the 22 machines. That's going to take a little while. So once I have that done, I will be right back. So now all of my redstone furnaces are configured. They actually need power. One thing I would like to do before I go any further is I actually want to set up a capacitor bank so that I can monitor how much power I'm using with this system, because it is going to be a pretty scalable system. I definitely want to be able to monitor my power consumption. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a capacitor bank, and this needs to be output only, and actually I don't want that block there, I don't think. This side will be input only. So actually I need to make it quite a bit bigger than it is right now. 25,000 RF is nothing. It will be nothing to this system, so let's go ahead and set this thing up to be rather large. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it all the way down to the ground here. And I kind of think that this will be enough. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and set this up to look all cool and give me lots of information. So we'll do that by having the gauge on the left and then the IO over here in a rather large format. And this capacitor will be able to do 375,000 RF per tick. That should be plenty. Okay, so cool, that's all set up now. So now I can go ahead and power these redstone furnaces. Let's go ahead and set this to be output. And I'm going to do that with just some Cryo-Stabilized flux duct here. And actually, I'm going to need to kind of snake this around. Let's actually not do out there. Let's do out here. I need space underneath the auto breakers for item duct. So that's why I am rerouting this. So now I should be able to do this. And now my furnaces are going. I can hear them going. So that's going to be my supply of stone. Come on. And I screwed up again. Okay, so all the furnaces have power. Sounds like they're going. So the auto placers should be getting stone rather shortly. Looks like they are fantastic. Let me check something. Okay. And now we need to do some item duct. Actually, I could go ahead and test this system as is, but I actually want to grab some sound mufflers before I do, because those lasers are just so loud. So let's see if we can't grab some sound mufflers. Okay, so note block, that looks to be pretty easy. Sound muffler. What kind of wool do I have the most of? Can I use orange wool? Yeah, let's use orange wool. And I'm going to just grab 23 of these. And that should be good. So what these do is they just kind of dampen sound in a pretty local area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them right here, I think. And hopefully that kind of dampens the sound. Okay, there we go. Sound mufflers. You know what? Let's try it real fast. That sounded good. So let's see here. Yes! There's stuff that's not stone in here. So as we can see, silver, black quartz, copper, all things that aren't actually stone. So it looks like everything worked. I should definitely check a few more of these, but that's awesome. Fantastic. So now the last step is actually getting the things out of the auto breakers and into the ME system. So that's actually going to be pretty easy. What I need to do is grab some item duct. I'm going to use impulse item duct today. It is just a better version of item duct essentially. So we're just going to run that underneath right here. I am going to separate it from the structural duct. There's actually no real reason that I have to, but I'm going to do it just in case there's any sort of redstone conflict signal or yeah. So we're going to have those there. Let's also grab some servos. I actually don't want to use regular servos. So you know what? I'm not going to. I don't have to. As you might have been able to see right there, the system is using about 6,000 RF per tick, just the furnaces alone. So obviously that's a decent amount of power, but it's not too bad. So it would be cheaper if I used this recipe for servos. So I'm going to go ahead and make some better servos. And I think I might even have some Enderium on me. I do, fantastic. So I don't even have to wait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap these servos on all of these guys right here, and then I will need to tell them to be always on. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. That's going to take a hot minute. So once I have that done, I will be right back. Okay, I have all the servos ready to go. Now I just need a place for all of the items to flow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a modular storage unit. And you know what? There's no great place to put this. In fact, I didn't even place my capacitor in the middle. Whoops. I might move that in the future, but for right now I'm not going to worry about it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my modular storage right here. And this should be empty, so I'm just going to place an import bus on it. I'm going to place acceleration cards, and then I just need to hook this up to my applied energistic system. Now this bus will take its sweet time hooking up. Right now it says device missing channel, and that's just because I'm such a far ways away from the ME controller. I believe that's the reason. So it'll probably be a few minutes before it hooks up. So I think everything is good to go at this point. I just need to turn it on. So I said before that this will be a highly configurable way to make resources, and that's because of the timer. I can kind of set the timer to be kind of anything I want. If we watch the power draw, right now, I have it flashing once every second. It's using, looks like about 100,000 RF per tick, give or take. And if we go upstairs, we can actually see it in action, and it's actually pretty cool. You can't, there's probably 1 or 2 frames where you can see the blocks. I think this looks really, really cool. Because the block is placed, it's immediately hit by a laser, and then it's immediately broken. So this is a really, really cool system. And right now, it's chugging along at about 100,000 RF per tick. If I want to up that, I can actually lessen the delay. And I should be able to run this at about that rate. And actually, I'm not sure that my atomic reconstructors can draw power fast enough. Even though they're hooked up to this Cryo-Stabilized flux duct, it looks like some of them might be having issues keeping up. So yeah, that might be a little too fast for it, but that's okay. We can run it at 20 for right now. And I might be able to do something in the future to give them a little bit more power. The atomic reconstructors, that is. So let's see, what do we have in here? We do have some cobblestone, which indicates that we did have some things that were not being broken like they should. It looks like the import bus is working. So yeah, I'm going to call this a pretty successful build. I am super happy with this. One more thing I do need to look at is the placers. I need to make sure that they are still full of stone, because I'm not sure if the redstone furnaces can make stone fast enough. It looks like they're doing just fine. So I'm super happy with this. Yeah, so in today's episode, I built this awesome system that automatically mines, in quotation, resources. It does so quite quickly. It is fairly power hungry. I'm not sure if it's more efficient than the Void Ore Miner tier 6s or not, but still, it's a really, really cool system, I feel like. So anyways, if you liked today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy watching automation in modded Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.